When I've seen a writer come in with a one-line idea and you hear people talking about it on the tube and you think that's bloody great. I'm Jane Featherstone. I'm the founder and CCO of Sister. So Sister is a television and film production company. We're an independent studio. We have offices in London, Manchester, New York and Los Angeles. And we make drama primarily and also comedy for global streamers, for broadcasters in the UK, for the US, all over the world. So I always wanted to work in television when I was a student at Leeds University, and I tried to get in via the BBC trainee scheme and I got summarily rejected from that. And I did a careers advice thing. We had old computers in those days. This was in kind of 1990. In fact, the year before Pact actually established itself, in fact. And I came out, I did the interview, and at the end of it, it said that I should be a prison guard. That's what they recommended for me. Being a prison guard now, my family may say that would have been a perfect career for me. Clearly, what it said was there's something about authority or something about liking to be organised. I don't know, who knows? Anyway, the thing is, I always loved stories, so really what I wanted to do was to tell stories. So I ignored that and decided instead to try and become a runner. And first of all, I got a job working for Paul Gascoigne, the footballer, as his PA. And this was around the time he was extremely famous in 1991. Then I managed to meet through that some documentary filmmakers at Chrysalis and got a job as a runner and started at the bottom there and worked my way up. To have as my first proper boss in TV as Jimmy Melville and Denise O'Donoghue was an amazing experience, and one now I look back on and realise how lucky I was. Hat-Trick was one of the first and leading indies in the country. And working with Jimmy and Denise was a proper lesson in how to be a proper professional company, not a cottage industry. Take your business really seriously, love what you do, and enjoy it. And it was an incredible time. So yeah, I owe them a lot. After working at Hat-Trick, I then joined a company called Kudos and soon became partner with Stephen Garrett in that. And that's where I really forged the relationships with the broadcasters in the UK and managed to work with some amazing people to produce some shows like Spooks and Hustle, Life on Mars, Broadchurch. So after I left Kudos, which was 17 years and a very painful thing to leave, I set up a company called Sister Pictures, and Liz Murdoch was my investor in that. And at the time it was just me in an office on my own with Suman, my brilliant assistant. This was November 2015. And gradually we grew and expanded, and one of our first green lights was The Split, Abby Morgan's series, and Abby's a long-time collaborator. And then Chernobyl and other things followed, and we were also still making Broadchurch. After 2 or 3 years, I sat down with Liz and said, this is going well, we're expanding, I'm working with this amazing team of people, and what might the future look like? And we talked about trying to expand into the US and grow something a bit bigger that would compete on a global stage with other studios. So Sister was born from that. We dropped the pictures and we became Sister in 2019. Stacey Snyder came on board, so the new company was founded by Liz, Stacey and myself. We formed a new company to try and work on both sides of the Atlantic, which has so far been great fun. The thing I've loved best when I look back, I suspect in a few years' time and even now, is working with the people I get to work with. So I have this incredible privilege of working with writers who are the people I admire most in the world, really. To have gone from one idea to people in their living rooms experiencing the emotional impact of something this writer and the production team have created is an incredible buzz. So I love that, connecting with the audience and working with the writers. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is choose the people you work with really carefully and also give back to the next generation. So when I set up Sister, it was really clear to me that I wanted to work with the best producers, the best production teams, the best craft people, the best business people, and I got to choose who those people were, and that's an incredible gift. So I work with my great team, Dan and Laura and Matt and Magali on the production and business side, and then my brilliant creative team. And that's a real gift. So choose who you work with and love the projects you do. I'm a better producer if I really love what I'm doing. If I'm having to think myself into loving something, I find it harder to make those instinctive decisions that are right for the project because I don't feel it in quite the same way. So for me, that relationship between my own judgment and taste, I guess, and the material is really critical.